Get to the chopper!
Hi and welcome to another episode of Get to the Chopper. I'm glad to say we're joined by Mendi Blackhawks Football Operations Manager Adrian Thomson, better known as Happy. Thanks for coming on, mate.
Thanks, Nate. Very honoured that you asked me.
Back again. He was here last year, nailed it, so we had to get him back. We'll rip the band-aid off straight away. A derby defeat in rivalry round of the Host Plus Cup. 13-12, the Pride kicked a late field goal. What was your thoughts? Is that one that got away at Barlow Park?
Oh, I think we all agree it did. We were reasonably dominant in the first half. In saying that, the Pride are a pretty steady side. They've got a big side right across the park. They hang in well, but shot ourselves in the foot a fair bit, dropping a bit of ball, and no one means to make any errors either, mind you. So at the end of the day, it's a concentration thing. But the defence side of things, where especially our goal line defence is phenomenal. So the resilience shown defensively is strong. So it stands us in good stead for later on. Because I know, there's a lot of younger guys in our team, and they're learning as they go. But when we start to click together offensively, we'll be going well.
Well, sort of after a loss like that, you'd love to get out there and play again, but unfortunately the boys won't be in action for a little bit. We've got an Easter bye, competition bye this weekend, and then we'll have a round bye. So Sunday, April 23, we'll host Tweed Heads for our annual Anzac game. That'll be a massive occasion at Jack Mansky Oval, and of course we'll have a special edition of Get to the Chopper in the lead up to that match. But two of our junior sides signed off their seasons on a high, the under-16s and under-19s, both triumphant in Cairns. Lincoln Baker bagged a personal haul of 22 points in the Cyril Connell Cup clash as the visitors ran out 38-12 winners. Nathan Norford's side lost just once from 6 games. Great effort, and Happy, I'm sure we'll see a lot of those guys back next year as well.
Yeah, we hope so. They're a good squad of players and ended up second in the competition on points. Unfortunately, the under-16s and under-19s girls don't play finals. They've played 6 rounds this year, and the girls as well had a good season. They had a couple of losses, but more wins than losses. As a club, we're proud of our juniors. They've gone well.
Well, our ladies lifted in the second half to beat Northern in the Harvey Norman women's competition. Jirel Allen Martin Savage scored 2 tries for the second week running in Townsville's 22-10 success. Here's Lila Williamson to give us her thoughts on the match and the season.
I reckon they put up a bigger fight because being at their home ground, they wanted to put on a show. And I reckon they truly showed us what they were capable of. They were mentally prepared compared to we were. It was 4-6 because I missed the conversion. Rob had a few words to say, same with the captains, pushing us, saying show them what we're made of, because it was our final game, and it was a very strong finish. Maria, she played amazing. She did big runs, did solid hits, committed to every tackle that she was in, and she even scored a debut try. I reckon as the games went on, we were able to bond together and work as a proper team, and all the girls came out and showed what it really means to be a Black Hawk.
Our under-18s finished on top of the Auswide Bank Malmaninga Cup ladder, having won all 6 of their games. They'll now play a crossover semi-final against the Jets in Ipswich on Saturday, April 15, and fingers crossed, hopefully advance to the decider from there. But we can hear from 5'8" and goal kicker Xavier Hallier on their latest win, 32-16 over Northern Pride, and the next challenge that awaits.
I think we ran really well on the weekend. Pretty tough. We started a bit scrappy, but by half time, Zebby talked to us and just basically said stick to the structure, get to your points, and we knew we could come back. So just getting ready for Ippy. I think just sticking to our structure and just doing what we've been doing at training, putting it in, doing your personals when we're not training, practicing the goal kicks, and especially over these 2 weeks.
Now, away from the field and at risk of losing my job, I'm going to throw this man beside me under the bus here. Last week, a few of the boys and some staff headed out to Rasmussen School for the Sky's the Limit program. And young Cathane Hill, he was sent about 40 metres into the sky while we watched, myself and the students included, with our feet firmly on the ground. Firstly, why didn't you volunteer yourself? And secondly, I guess, can you tell us why Cathane went up in the first place?
Firstly, I'm not too fond of heights going past about probably 10 metres. 44 metres or 41 metres, I think he went. We're proud of our Sky's the Limit program. It's It's a small program in primary schools, obviously, and we've been running it for quite a few years now in conjunction with the Queensland Police Service. And Rasmussen was our first school. The program was basically devised by our initial administration officer and her sister. Melissa and Christy have been very integral in adopting it, and then we've taken it on from there. And Matt Dixon from the QPS is a great supporter of the program, and he got the Fireys along, and it's symbolic of the sky's the limit. We're sitting the kids down and looking up, and 41 metres, you can go higher than that if you attend school and your attitudes at school are going well, and everything, and you learn, and the sky is the limit, and we hope some of those children progress that way.
Yeah, well, I guess those sort of stunts aren't always done at school, but they go and hang out with the students. And with Weir, Shalom and Vincent schools also involved, now that'll kick off in the second week of Term 2. And let's hear a little bit more about the program now.
The Sky's the Limit program kicked off in May 2018. It was a partnership between the school here, Queensland Police and the Blackhawks. The program initially started to address the local school absenteeism of the children. We were finding that kids were getting involved in petty crime and street type offences. So we devised the program to try and encourage and engage the kids back with school.
The program looks at reducing absent days, also their academic and their social engagements with others, and getting active in sport. So we use the rugby league as a bit of a leverage to get kids involved and have some fun participating with the Blackhawks.
Yeah, so weekly we come along to Rasmussen School, bring our players in the morning, and we meet about 6 to 8 students here at the school, where we take them through a workbook, which gives these guys guidance on the importance of school, turning up and being a contributor to the classroom.
And then once they've done that, they go and actually participate in a game with the Blackhawks and the police as well, which they love because they always want to try to beat them.
Since we've been doing the program, we've actually been recognised for state awards, as well as recently as last year we actually received a national award. So that doesn't come about just by running a program, that comes about because of the outcomes that we actually have with the program.
So the impact on attendance has been quite significant. Every student that has been in the program has actually decreased the amount of absent days, like during the program and the following term as well. We've had one student in particular, it was like 23 days absent one term, and the following term after there was only 7 days.
And from a policing point of view, we have noticed that rapport. We're coming to the school with the players, and we're building relationships with the kids so that they feel comfortable to come and speak to us.
That's great work by the guys, and Happy's told me he'll put his hand up for whatever the next stunt is. He'll be first in line. Now we're going to talk a little bit about local league, and we had a handful of Mendi Blackhawks in action across the weekend. Now Souths, they were back from their long absence and returned in style, smashing Brothers. Norths held Herbert River to a draw on the defending Premier's home ground. Burdekin defeated Western Lions, and Centrals won away against Charters Towers. Anything or any result or anyone that sort of stuck out for you from the first round?
Oh, no, I think obviously South's coming back into the competition, a breath of fresh air. The old camaraderie and, was evident after the games, but the rivalry that Souths and Brothers have had over quite a number of years was obviously there and on display. From all reports, there was a great crowd. The atmosphere was unreal, and the players played accordingly. A couple of little pushing and shoving, and going back to the old days. But there was a lot of good football played, and especially by Souths. And like across the board, I expect that the local competition will be strong this year. There's quite a number of our contracted Blackhawks play in the local comp, but there's a lot of ex-Blackhawks players playing back in the local comp, and that's great to see. We've got an extended under-21 squad with local boys, and it's a very good local squad that we do have here, combined with what the young guns have. there'll be a lot of players coming back and playing local league. So it all goes well for a strong local comp. And, it's great to see North, forcing a draw with the River. And, the Burdekin are going to be strong. They've got a Fijian content, but they've also got some good local juniors down there. And Towers and Centrals are going to be there most of the year. Like Rob Louis fronting for Centrals is a great thing for the game. And the Towers are always going to be tough. So I'm fortunate to be a selector for the Foley Shield. It's going to be very tough to pick a squad with the numbers of quality players. So look, the RLTD A-grade comp will be very strong.
Looking forward for when Souths have their first home game. I'm sure they'll get a massive crowd out there. Now, no action obviously this weekend because of the Easter break, so when they do return, I'm expecting a huge crowd out there. Speaking of Easter, mate, you've been excellent on the show tonight. Thank you very much for coming on. And
my pleasure, mate. They're always good to come on and sit beside you. You're a true professional.
That's definitely not the case. But hey guys, if you want to stay up to date with all your Mendi Blackhawks news, jump on our website, jump on our social media pages, check out all the action on there. See you next time.